Hello, and in this talk, we're going to work on some diminished shapes and use it as a kind of a parent shape or voicing to play, in this case, minor and major seventh, or minor seventh and major seventh type chords. So, sort of a unique way to practice and learn some inversions. So, picked up this idea from some of Pat Martino's educational material. So we've been taking this concept of starting with a symmetrical type voicing or arpeggio and working at it uh, to come up with some other types of voicings. And so that's kind of been the theme this week. All right, so let's get going here with this. So here on the top, we have an A flat diminished 7 arpeggio. And what we're going to do is take this tone down a half step and this tone up a half step. Get into there. So this is part of practice ideas and concepts. So try going back and forth between the two voicings. So that's kind of the practice idea. So the concept is to take something like a diminished seventh or chord voicing, and which all the inversions are the same relative shape, and then we're going to come up with a lot of other voicings. So there's the D flat major 7. So we'll also identify the root. So the root there for the D flat is on the 3rd string. So the note on the 3rd string has gone down a half step, and the note on the 1st string has gone up a half step. And then we can kind of listen for all that. Okay, what's kind of interesting about this is we changed, we're going to change a few different string combinations, but in this case, we changed the note on the 3rd string and the 1st string. We're going to do the same thing here. Let's go back to our original shape, and we're going to make each one of these, or these two strings that we're working on, make them go down a half step this time. Remember, one went up, one went down, so now they're both going downward. And what we're coming up with is the B flat minor 7 in 3rd inversion. So the practice idea is to try to go back and forth between those two. If that's feeling comfortable for you, try to also go back and forth between D flat major 7. So that's 2nd inversion on that one, backing up a little bit. The diminished, and then back to the B flat minor 7. So D flat major 7 is the relative major of D flat minor 7, or B flat minor. And then B flat minor is the relative minor D flat. So they share the key of 5 flats. All right, now we're going to just do kind of the same thing, but on the middle 4 strings. Okay, so we have up here in 10th position. Okay, and we're going to take the 4th string this time, let that go down, and then the 2nd string that will go up. So we get 2nd inversion, D flat major 7. Okay, let's check out the diminished 7 again, and then we're going to make strings 4 and 2. Those two notes go down a half step. And again, we get the third inversion of B flat minor 7. All right, so we're going to have the same parent throughout. We're going to move it to a different string combination, but this is kind of the same parent, right? So here we have A flat diminished. We're going to take work on those same two. Well, actually, we're going to work on the outer strings, the outer string and the second string. So the fourth string and second string. So this note will go down. This note will go up. So we're going to go from this to this. Okay. So the A flat diminished 7, and then we have G major 7. All right. So I'm just going to probably do this once or twice, but you can really practice going back and forth between those two shapes. Let's check out next the E flat minor. So we have these two voices go down, others will remain the same. So we have first inversion E minor 7. The G major 7 we came up with there was root position. All right, so let's check this out on the middle four strings coming up here to 10th position, starting with the A flat diminished. We're going to lower this tone and raise this tone. And we get the G flat major 7. Okay, and then we have A flat diminished. We're going to have both of these tones moving down a half step. So again, E minor 7, first inversion, diminished 7, A flat diminished 7 there. Right. Okay, so next up, we're going to go back to where we started out here. So A flat diminished 7. So we're in 6th position. Now we're going to take the outer notes, so the lower note and the highest note, and then we're going to move those in opposite directions. Okay, and we get this B flat major 7. Okay, and again, that one, you can back and forth, do a back and forth motion on that. So that's the exercise, that's kind of the thing to practice. We're trying to internalize shapes here and see sort of a unique way we can arrive at these. So here, A flat diminished 7 again. And then so now the outer voices both are going to go down a half step. The others will remain in place. Okay. So to review those two, we had the B flat major 7 there in third inversion. We had the G minor 7 position. Now let's take that to the middle 4 strings. Okay, so we have, let's go to the A flat diminished 7 again. And upper voice moving down by half step, lower voice moving up by half step. Okay, so there the practice idea is to move between those two and listen for each one of those notes. Okay, so also keep in mind, yeah, B flat, major 7, relative major in the key of 2 flats, G minor 7, the relative, or G minor is the relative minor, key of 2 flats. So sort of an interesting phenomenon that occurs here when we do this. So this tone moves down by half step, and then this tone is moving down by half step. Okay, so we get that root position again. G minor 7. Okay, so let's go back to 6th position. Okay, so that same parent group there. And so we're going to now work on the middle 2 notes, middle 2 voices. So these 2 on the outside will remain the same. This tone will go down by half step. This tone will go up by half step. So we get the A flat diminished to the E, major 7, first inversion. Okay, so the relative minor, the key of 4 sharps, is C sharp. So we're going from here, that's A flat diminished, going over to second inversion, C sharp minor 7. So this time the voices are going down and we're focusing on those middle 2 voices. Okay, let's go on to the middle 4 strings this time. So again, we have the A flat diminished 7, and we're going to the first inversion of E major 7. So again, this tone moving down by a half step, this tone moving up by a half step, because we're kind of moving opposite directions and ending up kind of towards each other. That's the E major 7, first inversion. Okay, so here we have A flat diminished 7 again, and these middle voices are moving down by half step. So this is a pretty neat way, or kind of pretty neat perspective on things, as far as working out the inversions of chords. So notice we played a root position, G major 7, we played third inversion of B flat major 7, first inversion of E major 7, and second inversion of D flat major 7. So we have root position and the 3 inversion types for that 4-note voicing. So that's pretty thorough. These particular voicings are drop 2 type voicings. And you can also take that onto the low 4 strings as well. But for this talk, we're going to focus on strings 1 through 4 and strings 2 through 5. All right, so same thing with the minor 7. So we have all the inversion types with the minor 7 as well. So we could take these voicings here, okay, and work them out. So we had this one voicing, A flat diminished 7, and it was came out with all these different combinations. So D flat major 7, G major 7. We had the minor 7s as well, but we had B flat major 7 and E major 7 first inversion. So all of that with this concept of the parent voicing. So another way, to kind of view this, and we've talked about this in the past, and we will talk about it in the future, but you can take, let's say one of those chords, E major 7, and play, of course, all those inversions of that up, kind of up the neck as far as you can get them to go, and then play those on different string combinations and things. But this exercise will really help with the voicings themselves, and trying to use a simple, I don't know if I want to say simple, but a symmetrical type of voicing. So we can come up with all the types of voicings on this. We can take this diminished 7 and come up with, just change it by 1 note, come up with a dominant 7. Drop any one of these tones. So we're using this as kind of the parent material. So one thing you might even try to do is take, let's say, take this A flat diminished and try to find different spots, and maybe we'll talk about this a little bit, but if you do the different inversions of this, they're all 3 frets away from one another, and they have all the same shape. So you could say, okay, well, I want to focus on E and try this the diminished 7 shape down here, and then just kind of find the root position of it there, and then say, okay, take that up a minor 3rd, and then I'm going to let's see, we're going to do this and come up with the first inversion of E, then go up again, and do all that. So that's a kind of another thing that you could do too, is take so that's sort of how this has a little bit of an angle on things that can, I think, really help folks, because you have this type of chord with all the inversions are the same, so you can use it, memorize it, and then try to get the different types of chord qualities by changing some of the notes in it. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for checking out this video, and I will see you all in the next one. If you're checking this video out or this podcast out, um, check out the fretprints.com website if you're interested in seeing the video version of this. It's available in the YouTube member area, and I have a link to that on the website there. All right, we'll have a great practice session.